Now, did you lock him in that room?
I did not lock my kid in the room.
We checked the temperature of that heater when it's on its high setting like that. 150 degrees. Do you hear me?
Yes.
150 goddamn degrees.
On December 10th, at exactly 1:15 p.m. in the year 2019, inside the city of Tallahassee, Florida, emergency dispatchers received a call. A mother named Brittany and her boyfriend claimed they had just walked into the back bedroom of their mobile home on Dome Level Road to check on her two young boys, aged 1 and 3. They claimed the room felt a little warm, and the boys were just suddenly unresponsive. The bedroom door wasn't just shut. The doorknob had been completely unscrewed and reinstalled backwards, locking the children inside from the hallway. Sealed shut with no ventilation, a heavy-duty space heater had been cranked to its absolute maximum, blasting air at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The boys had been left to bake alive inside a makeshift cell. One child would lose his life. The other would be left on the absolute brink of death, fighting a 20% survival rate. Yet sitting across from homicide detectives just hours later, Brittany spun a web of domestic innocence, proudly calling herself a supermom who just happened to lose track of time. In this video, we are going to reconstruct the entire dark history that led up to that fateful afternoon on Dome Level Road, revealing a terrifying multi-state chase by Child Protective Services that moved just a few days too slow. And by diving deep into the psychology of this chilling, unedited interrogation tape, you are going to see exactly how a master manipulator tries to rebrand severe, fatal abuse as an everyday parental struggle, right up until the exact devastating moment the detectives drop the medical data onto the table and the illusion of supermom shatters forever.
What's going on?
I'm claustrophobic. I'm trying to put my mind in something
Oh, I'm
else.
sorry. Okay. I hope I give you a distraction, okay? We'll just have a good conversation and hopefully I get your mind off of it, all right? I know we spoke at your house, and I just spoke with Pedro, okay? That's where I've been for the last while. And I just want to go back over what we talked about, because I know when I met you, you were very upset, and a lot going through your mind, you know, stuff like that. So I just want to kind of go back over what we talked about, and then just ask you some questions, okay?
After establishing a friendly tone, the detective read her Miranda rights and then went straight into the relevant questions. But Brittany immediately started off with how she always checked on the kids to make sure they are fine, and how she checked on the kids 2 minutes before she went outside to take a phone call, only for Pedro to start shouting and panically calling for her.
I ended up getting on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro got a call from El Salvador. So I was by the bathroom talking, and I heard him coming in talking on the phone. His one speaker, obviously mine was on speaker. So, because I know when two phones are on speaker and they're by each other, there's going to be some interference. So what I did was I stepped outside in the front. And I told him briefly before I stepped outside, please go check on the kids. I checked on them 10 minutes ago. All I hear after that is, Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. So I'm coming around and I'm thinking that they're fighting with the cat, or somebody's fighting with the cat, or something's happening. So obviously something's happening. So I come in, and I was also smoking a cigarette at the time, a little short that I had. And I came in with the cigarette because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And he's like, the kids, go see the kids, I'm on the run, I need something, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I'll go see what's going on. I'm like, can you just take this thing? Because I can't go in the room with the kids with this in my hand. He just burst it out of my hand saying, fuck that cigarette, you know? And I'm like, can you please turn it off? Are you fucking kidding me? Can you turn it off or throw it outside, do something? Don't throw it in the fucking floor in the fucking living room, like the fuck? And I ran to go see the kids, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need your help. And he came back in, he's like, cause I'm looking at the kids, I'm like, Julio was on his back. Alex was like on his side a little bit, like almost side and stomach. But obviously his face was in a point where he could breathe. He ended up grabbing Julio first and over the shoulder like this. I picked up Alex, same way. He was too busy. Casper, Casper, Casper. And I'm like, go do cold water. Cold water would get them out of that shock mode, and then we need to get rubbing alcohol for them to smell. We couldn't find the rubbing alcohol. So I ran to the sink in the kitchen, did Alex, nothing was, so I was like, I need to do CPR on him. I even checked here, because I couldn't hear, because I was freaking out. My asthma was acting up. I was like, I'm not going to be able to hear his breathing if he's breathing. So I obviously checked the pulse. He had a pulse. I checked up here.
Was it a strong pulse?
It was a normal, I guess, normal, almost faint. When I did it here, but when I did it here, it was a little bit stronger. So I was like, he's alive. I just need to go do CPR somehow. But obviously, I'm not gonna hardcore a 1-year-old, you know. So I was
What do you mean? What does that mean?
like I would do CPR on you if I needed to. The whole
Yeah.
like that type.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna have to use either this or this to.
Okay.
I know that's what needs to be done.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna, like, I'll wait till an adult
All right.
on the chest. So I was doing that in the room. I had him on the back after I had did the water and everything. I went to the room, laid him on our bed, and was doing that.
With chest compressions.
Yeah,
Okay.
with some little bit of air. Because I learned, when you live in Maryland, DC, Virginia, you learn CPR in school, in elementary school. And then the Heimlich maneuver you learned as well. So I learned this at a young age. I know.
So you're trying to revive Alex. Okay.
And then once Pedro kept screaming my name, so I had to pick Alex up, and I was still doing, but I had him at an angle that he was at least flat, but he's not gonna fall, you know? And Pedro is a dumbass, and I'm doing the chest compressions while I'm holding him, so that way he's not gonna, what I'm doing is not gonna fuck up. Pedro is trying to do CPR on Julio, but like this. And I'm like, take him to the room and do it. Are you that stupid? Like. So
you stopped resuscitating Alex to go tell Pedro?
No, I was still resuscitating with Alex.
Okay. How were you doing that on the phone with 911? You had it in your bra? Okay.
I called in the room as well. When he kept screaming my name, I put the phone right here and ran with Alex in my arms, and I said, you need to figure out how to do it, and you're doing that wrong. I told him, you're doing that wrong. You need to go to the room on the bed like I was. That's when 911 told me, go outside with them, get fresh air with them. And then out of nowhere, they're like, lay them on the ground. And I'm like, it wasn't clicking to me at the moment. I was like, I was lay them on the ground, because I didn't figure that, oh, maybe you guys are here yet, you know? That's probably why they told me to put the kids on the ground. So I'm like, it didn't click right away until I turned around and I saw one of the sheriff cars.
Okay. So.
It didn't click right. It didn't click right.
All right.
It should. I mean, that happens.
So just make sure I understand everything. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights, okay? Then I'm going to ask some questions to clarify. So you got up around 7, everybody got up, you made breakfast. Pedro got up around maybe about 9 o'clock. The boys were playing in that end room down there where the stroller was. About 9 o'clock, you made breakfast for everybody after Pedro got up. And then at that point, you got on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro was on the phone with family in El Salvador. Now, Pedro, where was he on the phone the whole time?
At first, he was in the living room, and then because I was in the living room and moved towards the bathroom, he stepped out the back door.
So he's in the back door on the phone.
Yeah,
and you still in the house?
I'm still in the house.
Where were you in the house?
I was, and at that point, I came towards the kitchen, like where the stove is, and I stood there, and then I went to go check on the kids, and they were fine. So
what were they doing when they checked on them?
When I checked on them, that was like 5 minutes before him, so.
What were the boys doing?
That was like 15 minutes.
What were the boys doing?
They were sitting there playing still. They were acting normal.
Okay. What was the temperature in the room like?
To me, it felt a little warm, but I didn't feel like it was to the point where like they could pass out or I could pass out, anybody could pass out. I felt like it was okay.
Was the door open or closed when you went to the room to check on them?
It was wide open. They had something. They had a little toy prop in it.
Okay. Was the heater on?
When I went in there and looked to see it, the heater, the thing was off.
The dial was off?
Yeah, the dial was up towards off.
Okay.
This is the exact moment she sells herself out without even realizing it.
Was it plugged in?
It was plugged in, but it was, and I was like, I put my phone like this, and I was like, Julio, I told you to leave that alone, so I unplugged it and put it back in the hallway, where I always put it.
Okay.
I've done this so many times today, like, from the first time to the last time I was...
So you're saying Julio messed with the heater all day today?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks she's blaming a toddler to deflect responsibility, but the detective catches it instantly.
And he continued to do what? Pick it up from where you took it?
Mm-hmm. And put it back and connect.
So you're saying, and Julio's what, 3.5 years old?
He's about to be 4.
About to be 4 on the 18th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you saying he's able to, he has...
Watch his body language change. He pushes her on the dexterity required to plug in a heavy appliance. He knows something she doesn't.
Dexterity to plug it into the outlet and take it out?
The outlet is where he was plugging it up at. It's literally both of the outlets in that room or down here.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm saying
He knows
it takes a little bit of dexterity to get a
he
plug in there if you...
He knows how to do it.
The outlets in that bedroom had safety covers on them. A 3-year-old cannot physically bypass a safety plug, insert an industrial prongs, and twist a heavy mechanical dial to maximum 20 times a day while a supermom is in the next room.
Because he had it, even at a younger age, I let him use a phone, and he saw me, kids pick up quickly nowadays, he saw me putting in, but it does take him a few tries to get it in, but he does get it in.
So you've seen him be successful plugging the heater in?
I've seen him even plug up a charger. You could tell him, Julio, plug up my charger for me, even though you're not supposed to tell me to do that.
So you went back in the room,
and he's
they're playing, the heater's on.
I put the child...
You put a child cover on the...
On some of a lot of places, and...
Did you put it on in that room?
Today, yes, and he's...
Before the incident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he always takes them out, and I don't know how this kid takes those plugs out. I don't know if it's him.
Were those covers on all the outlets in that bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
They were?
They're on all the outlets in the house normally. And the only time we take them off is if, say for example...
If you're going to use it, obviously.
Yeah, and then after we're done using it, we put it back on.
So what you're telling me is in that bedroom where they were found when you had the medical emergency with them, okay, you're saying there were covers on all those outlets before the heater was plugged in? Yeah,
before the whole incident happened, I kept plugging the thing back in because when I put in the heater was I put it in last night when we came back home because the room was kind of chilly. So I took out, it was the bottom. I took out the bottom one and put it on the floor, right by the
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
Because you plugged it in.
And then this morning, throughout the night and everything else, I've been taking out heater, plug, and cover.
So all day today,
I've been doing
you've been pulling the plug out, putting the cover back on, and moving the heater out of the room. You've done it all. How many times would you say you did that today?
To me, it feels like 20.
Okay. What was their skin color like, both of them?
Pale.
Both of them were pale? Was one?
He had foam. He did not.
So Julio had foam coming out of his mouth?
A little bit. It was like...
Was it bubbles or was it...
It's like bubble type.
Was it was it clear? Was it like...
Little white.
Like soapy?
Soapy, kind of.
It was soapy. And
but he has seizures, and that's what his seizures look like. So I didn't know if he was seizing or...
So did it look like he was awake but not responsive, or was he...
He was semi-responsive, but Julio's whiter than me.
Okay.
Whiter than you, normally. Okay. And I told Pedro, I said, Julio looks kind of pale. He's like, how can you even tell Julio's pale? I'm like, take him to the bathroom. He was pale because he's like, Alex is like normally Pedro's skin color almost. Dark color. But he was pale.
So while you're on the phone with the insurance company, Pedro comes inside and goes in, and because you tell him to check on the kids, right? That's what you said earlier. And then that's when Pedro calls for you.
Starts freaking out.
All right, and then y'all start doing
everything else.
Everything else until help.
And then I had to hang up I was trying to hang up with the insurance people
And
and call 911 at the same time and resuscitate, in which,
All right.
you know, that doing all that at one time
Yeah.
is going to be trouble. But
Yeah. That you juggled a lot right there, man. That's stressful. Yeah. That's a lot on you, man. Good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that.
I tried the best I could.
Yeah, I understand. That's a worst case scenario for any parent, you know.
And people call me Supermom.
They call you Supermom. Oh, okay.
Because normally I'm juggling the kids and everything.
Stop right here. Look at her face. Her 1-year-old child is currently flatlining in an emergency room, and her 3-year-old is being kept alive by a machine. But listen to her vocabulary.
You know, so.
Yeah. All right. Got a question for you. All the door handles in that house are reversed. The locks are on the outside.
Oh no, the only ones that are like that is bedroom 1 and 2 in the back. Because of the fact of Mr. Julio being in Houdini.
So what does that mean?
He will lock doors.
Okay. So you've reverse locked them so he can't lock them?
Lock himself or anybody or anything. Like if I say a key to a bedroom.
She isn't talking about her dying children. She is actively managing her image. In criminal psychology, this is called impression management. She is trying to construct an alternative reality for the detective before he can look at the physical evidence.
No, what I'm saying is the mechanism to lock is on the outside, meaning you could lock it and the person on the inside could never get out because you had the doors locked.
No, but that's not why we did that. It was because of Julio. Say, for example, that's your only pen.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Can I draw?" And he'll show you that he's drawing for a little bit in the living room. Then he'll take your pen or your phone. You loan your phone to him. Take it to the other room, one of those rooms. Lock that door and shut your phone, your pen, your keys, whatever in that room, and we won't be able to get in that room.
So that's why you reversed the locks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, during the time when you supervised the kids, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but is there a period of time, like if you're doing something very important, that you would lock them in the room so they couldn't get out, so you can deal with a phone call or clean up a mess or just like a minute or two? Would you ever do something like that?
No. I love my kids too much. I'm not gonna. That's right there is called neglect and abuse, and I don't believe in that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
I love my kids too much. This right now, it hurts me. I still have the image in my head how they looked and everything.
Yeah.
I'm worried about what's going on. I want to know what's going on with my kids. I want my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. You know they were transported by the ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my family's asking me why I couldn't go with them, and I said, well, they said since they were still working on Alex, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just we're doing our due diligence, man. We want to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, and we want to make sure we first just understand what the frick happened. How do we get to point A where the boys are playing and they're fine, all of a sudden they're overheated, right? And then they're being transported to a hospital, non-responsive. And we're trying to figure out how we got to point A to point B.
And I want to know how that happened too.
Well, I mean, only you and Pedro would know.
Yeah, the only thing
I'm thinking, of course, but they can't talk.
Yeah, so. And the only thing I'm thinking is Julio kept messing with the heater. That's all I'm thinking. And I kept taking it out. I mean, I'm trying to keep it out, and he kept.
Do you think it's possible that you were on the phone longer than you think, and those boys had that door closed while that heater's on full blast?
No, the door
You don't
was
think that's
open.
possible?
The door was open. Because even when I saw it, it was open. Everything was open.
If we're going by the timeline that you gave me for how long that the intervals that the boys were checked on, I can't see how if the boys were in that room 5 minutes that they could overheat that fast. So it tells me that they had to have been in that room longer than maybe you probably perceived. Is it possible? I mean, because I've been on the phone before. I've been on the phone before talking to people, and you lose track of time very quick.
Yeah, right? I don't know if I may have you're right, I may have their timing wrong, but I mean, I know I checked on them between calls as well. I was literally like, you're the room, I'm in the kitchen. I would literally, what are y'all doing? And I would go and check.
Well, so let me ask you a question. If you're playing back in, ping pong, let's say, with the heater with Julio, all day long, he's plugging it in, and you're having to go behind him and take it back. Why not put that thing out of the house or put it up somewhere?
Power higher, and
Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I ain't doing this 20 times during the day like you say you think you might have done.
And I told Pedro, I was like, before all this ever happened, I told him, if Julio touches that fucking heater one more time, I'm throwing it out the fucking door. I'm gonna literally throw it. He's like, then that means you're gonna break it. And I said, well then I'll put it on top of the TV stand. I'm tired of fucking plugging it up and everything. Get it unplugged and everything and turning it off and unplugging it and turning it off and unplugging it and plugging in the other shit. Like.
So, when we went in, we took a lot of photographs of the inside of the home. And it's pretty standard procedure that we do that. So, in the room where the boys were found, prior to we showing up, there was not any outlet covers on the outlets. So why would that be the case when you told me that there was, and you confidently told me that there was?
Yeah, there was outlet because I was putting them in there. Unless...
There's not. They went back and reviewed the photographs. There's not.
I don't know where the outlets are now because the last time I checked on them, outlets were in place. So I don't know where the outlets are now.
I mean, you've been in and out of that room all day.
Yeah,
so that's where the outlets are. And you would notice if they weren't on the walls, right?
I probably wasn't. It probably slipped my mind to look at the outlets again. When Pedro came in with me and to get the kids out, it slipped my mind to look. But
come on now, Supermom, don't let stuff like that slip their mind. You said you were Supermom, right?
But with all this stuff that was happening, it's
okay.
We're trying to arrive kids and get kids out of a warm room.
Well, how warm was the room?
It was warm, like you could.
Was it uncomfortable?
It was comfortable, like I would.
It was comfortable?
And that type of room, I would sleep in that room.
You would?
Yeah.
This is where the drama peaks. She is sitting there confidently lying, completely unaware that science has already convicted her. The detectives didn't just look around. They brought a laser thermal scanner. When she says the room was comfortable, she is fighting against pure physics. The heater was outputting 150-degree air. The room was trapped at 90 degrees nearly an hour after the door was opened. She didn't know police kept receipts on the laws of heat transfer.
Yeah, I was sitting there.
So there's a window unit blowing in the living room, and that's around 75, 76 degrees. Okay, that temperature set on in there. Okay, it was really cool in the living room where the couches are, right? When we were in that room, we have a digital laser temperature reader. And a lot of people that install heating air systems, they do that to put the laser on the air, and it tells you that a very, very specific, very, very accurate temperature of the air, okay? While we were in that room, the average temperature in that room was 90 degrees. Now you're telling me the room was not uncomfortable.
It was not uncomfortable when I went in that the last time. Like the very, very last time. It was not.
But we got on scene pretty quick though. And according to you, you just checked the room maybe 15 minutes prior to us showing up, right?
But the thing is, I didn't feel like it was that uncomfortable. And then Pedro said he was about to go in there to double check because I said, I cannot keep going in there and fighting with Casper.
Okay.
So he said he was going to go see what Casper was doing. And if he had brought the DM heater back in, and if he did, he would take it out and put it up.
Okay. So we did multiple readings in that room, and the coolest temperature was about 80 degrees. But the other two were 89.4, 86.3.
Because Pedro's the one that went to go check on them.
89.2, 88.8, 89.4.
Pedro went in before me to go check on them on that one before we had to call you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he checked, but I was on the phone still with insurance.
Okay.
And I was about to start washing some of the dishes as well. And then he came out talking on the phone, and then I walked towards the bathroom area, towards the front door, like had the front door basically like cracked. And he was screaming my name, so I came in. When I came in to see why he was screaming, saying Brittany, he didn't. All he said was Brittany. He didn't say anything else.
Okay, well, listen to me for a second here.
And
So,
when I came in, that door was open.
all right, when
And
we
the last
got
time
on
I
scene,
checked, the last time I
that
checked,
door was open and closed probably 3 or 4 times of people walking in, just getting an idea of the layout of the room, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Those temperatures were at 90 degrees with that door mostly open the whole time. So I know that that door was closed because those temperatures were very, very warm, okay? It wasn't open.
because I
As
told
much as you're leading us to believe.
I had also at one point turned on that fan in that room, but Julio doesn't like the fan. He turns it off.
Okay.
And
So who's primary custody of those kids? Primary responsibility to watch those kids? Who is it?
me,
You. Okay.
but
So-
Pedro does steps up more.
But majority of the time they're under your care and custody,
Mm-hmm.
and you're checking on their welfare, and you're making sure they have everything they need. I'm not talking about legally is one thing, but who's actually and actively responsible for them?
It's equal.
It's equal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just a second ago you said it was you.
Yeah, but I thought you meant legally. Legally, yeah,
Legally,
it's
I know
me.
it's you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
not legally. You know,
All right.
we both step up to the plate and take even.
So I want to tell you something. They took temperatures of the boys, core temperature, rectally, at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Julio's was 108 degrees.
So they overheated.
108 degrees. Now, this is after being put in a cool ambulance and about a 35-minute ride and probably a 68-degree temperature ambulance and get to the hospital. So that tells me that the core temperature was higher than 108 degrees before they got into that ambulance, before they arrived to the hospital. Alex was 107. Core temperature now. That means their temperature had to come down a little bit once they got out of the house. Now you see what I'm saying? So something's not adding up here. Here's the thing. The doctors are in there working on your boys. And they're in critical condition.
I know.
All right? And we need as much added information as we can. Listen to me. So we can give the doctors information that they need to treat them, okay? So I need you to be a little more forthcoming than what you've been telling me, because I'm laying some facts out here to you that you can't be disputed, okay? So I need you to be honest with me. If they were in that room with that door closed, that heater running longer than what you told me, and if you made a mistake and didn't remember correctly, I need you to be truthful and tell me now.
The last time when I checked them, or between the one before the last and the last, I don't know if they shut the door. They could have shut the door.
Brittany, that couldn't have happened. Both of you guys could not have been there in 5 minutes. Listen to me. And their temperature gotten that high. If you guys are in there and you're saying the room's comfortable, or it's just a slightly warm, that means that door was closed. They were in there for an extended period of time with that heater running. Do you know the max temperature of that heater when it's turned on? Do you know the max temperature?
I never put it on that.
Listen to me. When I saw the heater myself, there's a dial that goes all the way around, okay? Mm-hmm. The dial was one down from the high setting.
I never put it on.
That's what the setting was on. You and Pedro said you pulled the cord out of the wall, right, for the heater?
I did it the last time.
Okay.
Casper did it, but
Listen to me.
Before that,
The setting was on. Listen to me. This is crucial now. So we checked the temperature of that heater when it's on its high setting like that. 150 degrees. Do you hear me?
Yes.
150 goddamn degrees.
Okay.
It's blowing in that room with that door closed with those boys in there. Now, did you lock them in that room?
I did not lock my kids in the room.
I'm asking, did they?
You're yelling at me. None of us do that.
Listen, these boys are in critical condition, okay?
Pedro did not do it. Pedro did not lock them. I'm worried about my kids.
How long did you leave them unattended in the room?
I probably let them go maybe 10, 20. I don't know. Maybe I probably let them travel time.
I've got to know. These babies are in critical condition up there.
I'm worried about my kids too.
I'm worried about them.
You don't think I'm worried about my kids?
I'm sure you are, but I need you to do a better job remembering what the hell happened. Because the facts aren't adding up to what you're telling me, Brittany. I'm not mad at you. I want the truth, baby. That's all I need.
I'm giving you the truth. I told you all I remember.
You got to give me something else. When the deputy showed up on scene, that came out to the yard when you were there, you and Paige were outside with the boys. When they took the boys in their arms to give them aid, to resuscitate them, CPR, AED, they said the skin was scorching hot.
He was not hot.
How can that not be, Brittany? Why would a deputy tell me that it was?
I didn't feel the skin as hot.
How does a deputy feel that with all of his gear on? How can he feel that? Why would he tell me that? He has no reason to tell me something that's not true. Help me figure out why I have facts right here.
The only thing I felt of warmness was like if the kids had a slight fever. A slight fever, like if they just had an injection. That's all I felt.
Tell me why those kids were hot. Tell me why they're burning up. Is there any reason why they could have been burning up? Anything?
What are you saying, that I burn my kids or something?
No, I never said that. I'm not saying that either.
That I purposely put a heater in there to kill them? No.
Give me another explanation why their bodies would be so burning up hot. Is there something else going on? Obviously there's no burn marks on the babies. I never said that. I'm not saying that you did that. Tell me why their bodies were burning up hot.
Maybe because of Julio putting on the heater a little bit too hot, way too hot than it should. Because when I put it on the heater, this is the heater knob. The very first one is up here. I put it like, not even halfway, that line that's halfway.
The setting is all the way around.
Okay, okay. When I put on that heater, I only put it up a little bit. I don't even put it all the way over. I only put it up a little bit, and that last night I put it on, it was like right here. The little piece right here. It was literally like this.
I see.
And I don't close my kids into rooms or nothing, and the kids slept with me last night. One slept with me and one slept with him. I'm not going to sit there and abuse my kids.
I'm not saying you did.
You're saying that Pedro or me locked the kids in the room or something.
Do you think they were in there longer than you said they were?
I said they may have been because I was on the phone with the insurance company. Maybe you're right. Maybe I mistracked time. Maybe they're probably in there maybe a 5 minute, a 10 minute more than probably what I'm thinking. Maybe my mind didn't click to the timing. You as a parent know that when you're doing stuff, sometimes you as a parent know this. So yeah, sometimes there's timing that you don't actually look at a damn clock.
Brittany, answer me something. Is it possible, and I'm on your side, darling, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm on your side, okay? But is it possible that those kids were aggravating the hell out of you while you're on the phone? Because they've done it to me before at my house, and you said, all right, I'm going to leave them in there playing, have a good time. Let me take this phone call, I'm going right back in there and check on them. Did that happen? Just please tell me.
I don't do that. I left the door open.
Did you do that today?
No. I left the door open.
Did Pedro do it today?
No. I left the door open. When I did go in there a couple times, the door was cracked. And I told Julio, you know better. The door needs to be open. So mommy can hear you guys better. He said, okay, mommy. That's what he told me. Okay, mommy.
Brittany, something's not adding up, baby. Those babies have 108 internal core temperature at the hospital.
Can I finish? Okay, after he said, okay, mommy, maybe I didn't notice when I was in the living room, like towards the hallway area, that door was maybe cracked or closed. And when I went to go see them, after he called me, the door was open. It wasn't cracked, it wasn't closed, it was open when he told me to come in where he was at seeing the kids. He told me to come in. So the door was open. How he found the door, I don't know. If it was closed, cracked, how it was.
Was Pedro supposed to be watching the kids while you were on the phone?
Yes.
Is it possible that Pedro locked the door or closed the door on the boys?
He won't do that.
He won't do that.
Mm-mm.
So did you close the door? Are you on the phone to keep them from driving y'all crazy on the phone?
No, if I was on the phone, I would put them on the sofa, and then they were driving me crazy. But Julio on the sofa and let Alex walk around in the living room or crawl around the living room and put cartoons on. If it came to the point where I needed to make an appointment book, they have a tablet. They have a tablet and I have another iPhone 7 that I will give them as well. If they're bothering me too much, I'll sit them on a spot where I can see them if they're on the sofa together, and I need them quiet. I will set the volume down on the tablet phone and give it to them. But I'm not going to sit there and lock my kid in a damn room.
Well, I'm going to step out here for a minute. I'm going to go talk to Pedro, okay? And I want you to think seriously about our conversation, about the facts that I presented to you, the core temperatures of those babies, the temperature of that heater, the temperature of that room when I got on scene well after those boys had been transported and that door had been open. And it was still hot in that room.
So you're accusing me of...
No, you need to think about, seriously, go back in your mind.
If you're going to be accusing me, I need to call a lawyer.
I'm not accusing you. I'm saying, help me find out why I have a set of facts saying this and you're telling me something different. That's all I'm saying. You need to figure out...
Because you're saying you keep asking me over and over again, have I locked my kids in a room or Pedro? And I keep telling you no. So if you're going to keep asking me these questions, and I'm going to also respond for Pedro, we need lawyers.
Okay. All right. Hey, on that thought,
I need my phone so I can call my lawyer.
You stand by right there.
Not going to accuse me of abusing my children. That is fucking ridiculous. I need my phone so I can call my lawyer. So now I'm being refused a lawyer.
Watch how fast the grief vanishes. The moment her cover story collapses under the weight of the medical data, the tears instantly dry up. The defense of compliance is replaced by pure anger. She realizes she didn't outsmart them. She realizes Supermom is going to jail. This is the exact moment the mask slides off completely, revealing the cold, self-preserving reality underneath.
What a cute fucking state! I'm not gonna fucking sit there and accuse me of shit. I need my phone to call my lawyer!
We're not talking anymore.
I need my phone to call my lawyer now.
You can do it when you get up to the jail, okay?
I'm not going to jail because I need to call my lawyer.
Bye-bye.
I need my phone. I need to call my lawyer.
You're not getting your phone, okay?
Can I make a phone call? I have a free phone call and I'm not going to jail. Why am I going to jail?
Hold on, I'll be right back with you, okay?
No, why am I going to jail?
I'll be right back with you.
All I told you guys was the truth. I need to make a phone call. You guys are arresting me and accusing me of shit that I didn't even do. I need to talk to my lawyer.
You calm down a little bit?
Why are you guys arresting me? I didn't do anything.
Are you calm down a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, you can lower your voice a little bit. Okay? You calm?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry to bear, that's all you got there on scene. Okay? Try to keep you calm down because you're yelling. You gotta keep calm.
Your officer was saying that
Okay. Listen to me.
that's why I asked for a lawyer because he kept accusing me of locking my kids in the room. I did not do that.
Okay.
He said, well, I need another answer.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
I'm telling you guys all I remember.
Okay, well.
And you're telling me I'm being arrested and I'm going to jail.
Well, here's the deal. Okay? And we'll get into it more once we get everything put together. But right now, are you worried about your kids?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on.
Okay. What's your little 1-year-old's name?
Alex.
Hmm?
Alex. Jonathan Alexis.
Okay. She did not make it. Okay. Your oldest son is still alive, but he's on life support.
Can I see his hands, please?
No, you can't see them right now. You need to go back up in the chair. You're not seeing them right now.
When can I see my kid, please?
That I can't give you. We're still, everything's still investigating. Have a seat in the chair. Have a seat in the chair. All right. Right now, like I said, we're investigating. These questions are being asked.
Can I talk to you instead of your officer, please? I don't like how he was talking to me.
Okay, here's the thing. You've asked for a lawyer. We can't just.
I want to.
Okay, that's why we were asking the questions. We have to.
But he was asking me repeatedly where I locked my kids in a room, and I do not do that.
Well,
But there may. Can I tell you, please? Can I talk to you, please? Or can you tell me to come in and you stay in the room, please?
are you saying you want to talk to us without a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know my rights and I know what I'm doing. It's fine.
Okay. Like I said, because we can't ask him that. If you want us, okay. Let me go get a pad and pen. Okay. You need some more water. You got water.
Can I make up one to my mom?
I can't let you use your phone right now. Because like I said, we don't.
Are you guys arresting me?
We're investigating. We're trying to get everything put together. Okay. Once we get everything put together, we'll make a decision from there. Okay. But like I said, if you're wanting to continue to talk, we'll continue.
I don't talk, but I want somebody. Like if it's talking to you or if he said he has to be in here, but if you're in here, because you've been trying to be nice to me, but
like I said, these questions they're tough questions. These are questions that get asked of us.
But majority of this stuff, he kept asking.
Yeah.
I'll let you get a pad.
Okay, yeah, we'll get a pad and pen. I can't let you use the phone right now.
No, did anybody say anything about my medication?
No.
Medication.
No, we left all that. We didn't want to collect it. Yeah, we didn't want to collect it. So it's still at your house, okay? Let me go get a pad and pen and we'll be back in, okay?
I might.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you need this, you need this. I'll be right back, okay? Don't be gone long.
Some of my youngest didn't make it.
No, ma'am. No. And your oldest is on life support right now.
So he's doing okay for it now? Or?
He's on life support.
I mean, the Or,
Basically, the life support is breathing for him right now.
but for right now, is it working okay?
All we're being told is that the next 24, 48 hours will say something.
And am I allowed to pick a decision with my child?
We'll get back. Right now, they're trying to
Get everything else. I
they're
know.
trying to save him, and that's
What about the other one?
okay.
The youngest?
The youngest? What do you mean? Make a decision.
Cremation, burial.
That'll come. Gotta come later. It's a medical examiner's case, so a medical examiner has to look at her and come up with cause of death. Okay. It's a long process. You got ways off before you have to worry about the funeral arrangements and stuff. Okay.
I need like a hug or something because
I can't hug. Okay.
That's why I said I wanted to call my mom and pops.
I understand, but I can't allow you to spend on that. Let me go out there, call some people, and I'll come back in. Okay. You got tissue. You got water.
Brittany, you okay? What do you need? Some water? Oxygen? Hey, slow down your breathing. Look at me. Look at me. Slow down your breathing. Look at me. Slow down your breathing. Okay? Look at me. Concentrate on me. Just deep breaths. Deep breaths. Look at me. Look at me. Brittany, look at me. Deep breaths. Okay?
How long have you guys known about my kids? How long have you guys known about my kids?
So we've been getting updates. So we do about an hour or two afterwards, and we're waiting on word for the other.
Because I've been asking ever since they've been putting the ambulance
They
in,
haven't.
and nobody told me
You have not
anything.
been asking.
Yes, I have. I even asked on them right here and everything.
Okay.
I've been asking the sheriffs and everything.
Okay. I've been around most of the time you've been talking, and you have not.
I asked.
You've asked maybe twice since you've been here, and before I told you.
No,
Okay.
I've been asking.
Okay. Well, either way, that's the status of them right now. You know what you need to ask me?
Was like, am I going home? Like,
No, man. We're doing arrest paperwork. You're being charged tonight. Going over to the jailhouse or detention facility for tonight. Okay.
I have a cat. I have to pay my rent. If not once I figure it out.
You're being arrested.
Can I call somebody right now?
When you get to the detention facility, they'll give you a phone call.
Is he getting arrested? Am I the only one?
We're still building something on him, but right now your deputies out there waiting, and here shortly they'll be taking you on over. Okay, then you can do your
I
phone
need to
call.
get my phone. I need to get the phone numbers out of my phone.
Okay, we'll see how that goes, and then get you on over there. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Am I just going for tonight or
Whatever the judge says from here,
when do I see the judge?
either tomorrow or Thursday. All right, do what I think with you.
Okay, Miss Brittany, do us a favor, stand up, put your hands behind your back, please.
You guys can't arrest me because I'm feeling suicidal.
Okay, well, we'll let the jail know. Stand up, put your hands behind your back.
If something happens to my other child, I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay, we'll tell the jail man. Turn around, put
I
your
can't
hands behind
put
your back.
I can't put my hands behind my back because I have a messed up arm.
Okay, we've got two hands
They won't,
sets
we
of
won't,
handcuffs.
just around.
You're hurting my arm.
Okay.
And it's too tight on my wrist. I
Okay,
want to take
fix it.
on my circulation.
Fixed it.
It's still tight.
Okay, well, we're going a very short distance, okay?
This interrogation would ultimately serve as the final anchor for the prosecution's case. Initially, Brittany attempted to avoid a maximum sentence, with her defense filing a motion to force the state to accept a 20-year plea agreement. However, the court rejected it. Faced with a mountain of indisputable evidence, including the horrific core temperatures of the children, the completely barren makeshift cage they were kept in, and a documented multi-state trail of child endangerment, Brittany realized her deflections would no longer save her. She ultimately entered a plea of no contest to charges of manslaughter and aggravated child abuse. The judge found her guilty based on the sheer, systemic pattern of extreme neglect and sentenced her to 30 years in state prison. But the legal fallout did not end there. Her boyfriend, Pedro, was also arrested and charged with manslaughter and aggravated child abuse. In a final pivot toward self-preservation, Brittany took the stand as a witness for the prosecution, testifying against Pedro during his separate trial to assist the state. Pedro Ramirez Alvarado was convicted of the same crimes. He received 30 years in prison, plus 10 years probation on top of that. Against all medical odds, after arriving at the hospital with a catastrophic core temperature and being placed on life support, Brittany's 3-year-old son, Casper, managed to survive. This case stands as a chilling look into criminal psychology, exposing how far a caregiver can go to rebrand systemic abuse as everyday domestic struggle. Brittany's conviction was not the result of a single tragic accident. It was the inevitable conclusion to a long history of a mother prioritizing her own comfort, relationships, and financial grievances over the very lives of her children. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the investigator's tactics and Brittany's sentence in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next case.